Okay, so let's talk about today's business world. It's just incredibly noisy, isn't it?
hmm
Feels like a constant battle just to get heard.
Uh-huh. Information overload is real.
And for those of us in business development, cutting through all that noise, really connecting with prospects,
Mhm.
it's not just important, it's absolutely critical.
It really is key to success.
So the big question, I guess, is how do you arm yourself? How do you get the knowledge to not just sort of participate, but to really maximize your effectiveness alongside your marketing team? Make every single interaction count.
Well, that's exactly what we're aiming for today. We're diving deep into the whole world of modern marketing tactics,
Okay.
and we're drawing heavily from the business development body of knowledge source material here. Think of this as like your essential shortcut,
Okay.
a way to understand the tools and strategies that really drive brand awareness and engagement in this, super connected time we're in,
Yeah.
giving you that edge.
And it's really fascinating when you look back how far we've actually come. Marketing, in some form, it's been around for ages.
Oh, centuries, yeah.
But the rapid evolution, the stuff we recognize today, it really kicked off with mass media. Can you believe the first paid mass media ad was in a French newspaper way back in 1836?
1836. It sounds ancient now, doesn't it? That's almost 200 years ago.
Wild.
Indeed. And then it started getting, more professionalized in the early 1900s. There was Edward David Jones teaching the very first marketing course at the University of Michigan. That was 1902.
Wow.
But then, everything changed. The internet, digital technology, that just turned it all on its head. We went from simple mass communication to this era of, what people call mass personalization.
Mass personalization.
Yeah, and that shift has just dramatically impacted every single marketing tactic, operation, strategy we see today. It's made things so much more targeted, more individual.
And that really tees up why this deep dive is so crucial for you, the business developers listening. Every single BD must be familiar with these tactics.
Absolutely essential.
Why? Because, understanding them lets you optimize your interactions.
Right.
You can truly align with what your marketing folks are doing.
Speak the same language.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And ultimately, you supercharge the effectiveness of the whole BD team. It's about speaking that same language, spotting the real opportunities, and knowing exactly how your efforts fit into the bigger picture.
So to really get our heads around this arsenal of modern marketing, we probably need to start with some foundational concepts, the big ideas that kind of shape how companies reach out.
Makes sense. Where do we begin?
Well, the first really crucial split is outbound versus inbound marketing.
Okay.
Outbound is what a lot of people, traditionally think of as marketing. It pushes promotions out to prospects. Doesn't really matter if they ask for it or not.
The push approach.
Right. It's often called disruption or interruption marketing because it delivers messages basically whenever the corporation chooses to.
Like a TV commercial breaking into your show.
Exactly like that. Or a radio ad, or even, junk mail filling up your actual mailbox. It's direct, often paid advertising, and it's aiming for broad awareness.
So outbound is kind of like shouting your message from the rooftops, hoping the right people hear it.
Yeah.
But, in today's really noisy landscape, how effective is that really? Are companies still getting a strong return just from purely outbound interruption stuff? Or is inbound really taking over?
That's a great question. And honestly, it really depends on the context. Outbound definitely still has its place,
Okay.
especially for broad awareness campaigns, maybe for new brands or products launching. But the big shift in how consumers behave means inbound marketing has become incredibly powerful.
Right, the pull approach.
Exactly. It's much more about pulling prospects in because it delivers value at the prospect's choosing. This is often called permission marketing.
Permission, I like that.
Think blogs, podcasts like this one, webinars, content that people actively seek out because it offers something they need or want. It's about being found when a prospect is already looking for a solution.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And as a business developer, understanding those differences is just key, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If your prospect is maybe just starting their journey, yeah, they might get hit with some outbound stuff first. But as they start researching, learning more, they're probably engaging with that inbound content.
Right. They're looking for answers.
So knowing this helps you figure out where they are in that decision-making process, and you can tailor your approach. It's about meeting them where they actually are.
Precisely. Another important distinction that really impacts channel selection and how you craft your message is traditional versus digital marketing.
Okay, traditional versus digital.
Traditional, or you might hear offline marketing, that's all analog, non-computerized stuff.
Like print ads.
Yeah, print ads in newspapers, magazines, linear TV broadcasts, regular scheduled TV radio spots, billboards out on the highway.
Got it.
Digital marketing, on the other hand, is all computerized. Everything done through computers and networks.
So social media, email.
Social media campaigns, email marketing, connected television, that's CTV, streaming TV, basically, and of course, websites. All digital.
And for us business developers, that distinction isn't just like academic theory.
Not at all.
It impacts how you think about where your message actually lives and how you tailor it. If your marketing team is doing, say, a massive billboard campaign, that's a broad awareness level thing, maybe less targeted.
Right, casting a wide net.
But if they're running really targeted digital ads, you can dig into the data, understand the intent behind those efforts, and that gives you super valuable context for your own outreach.
Exactly. And speaking of where the message lives, that brings us nicely to media channels, how a corporation actually gets its message out there.
Okay, the channels themselves.
We can broadly break these down into three main types. First, you've got unearned media, which is essentially paid media.
Unearned means paid.
Yeah, it sounds a bit counterintuitive, but it means the channel isn't earned, it's paid for. This is when a corporation pays a fee to promote their brand using a third-party channel.
Like buying ad space.
Exactly. TV, radio, social media ads, banner ads on news websites. The corporation doesn't own the channel, they're paying for access to the audience.
Okay, so that's paid. What's next?
Then you have earned media. Now, this is fascinating because it's when the community, the customers themselves, promote a corporation, and there's no direct fee paid by the corporation for that promotion.
Ah, so this is the genuine buzz.
That's it. Think glowing customer reviews, organic social media shares people make because they want to, mentions in news articles that weren't paid placements, or just good old word of mouth recommendations.
Right, but there might still be costs involved indirectly.
Good point. While the channel itself is free, like someone's social media feed, the corporation might still have incurred costs for, say, creating the awesome product or content that sparked that earned media in the first place. But the promotion itself is authentic, coming from a third party. Highly credible stuff.
Makes sense. And the third type?
And finally, owned media, sometimes called organic media. This is when the corporation promotes using a channel they create and control themselves.
So their own website.
Their own website, their corporate social media pages, their company blog, maybe their own podcast. They own the platform.
Okay.
Again, while there's no direct fee for using the channel itself, the corporation definitely has significant costs tied up in creating and distributing the valuable content needed to populate those owned properties.
Right. You still got to make the stuff.
Exactly. So for business developers, spotting and knowing how to leverage these different channel types is incredibly valuable. Well, when you see positive earned media, like a great review or article, that's powerful, social proof, you can actually reference in your conversations with prospects.
Good point. Use it as evidence.
And when you look at owned media, you know exactly where to find the latest official company information, the marketing assets you can share, the approved messaging. It's your resource hub.
Okay, so we've laid some groundwork. Outbound, inbound, traditional digital, paid, earned, down, got the fundamentals. But now let's get into the how.
Right, the tactics themselves.
If you're a business developer, you know the power of a great conversation. But how do we even start those conversations, especially when prospects are just bombarded with information? Expert, what are some key tactics focused on, like delivering value right from the get-go?
Yeah, that's crucial. And that's where content marketing really shines. This is a huge one in modern marketing.
Heard a lot about this one.
Oh, yeah. It's basically creating, publishing, and distributing digital media could be inbound or outbound, specifically designed to provide genuinely helpful information to your audience at no cost to them throughout their entire journey.
So blogs, white papers.
Blogs, white papers, webinars, helpful how-to guides, infographics, videos, you name it. If it's valuable and informative, it's likely content marketing.
And the impact is pretty staggering, isn't it? I think I saw a stat from the Content Marketing Institute. Something like 91% of BD-B marketers use content marketing.
That's right, 91%. And the reason is clear. It costs, on average, 62% less than traditional marketing efforts.
Wow, 62% less.
And get this, it generates about 3 times as many interested prospects.
3 times the prospects for significantly less cost.
That's Well, that's transformative.
It really is.
And for a business developer, that stat isn't just about the marketing budget, is it? It signals that content is actively like pre-selling our prospects.
Exactly. It's warming them up. It means when you finally make that call, they might already be familiar, maybe even impressed by something your marketing team put out there. So understanding what content they've looked at becomes crucial intel for your outreach, right?
Absolutely. It tells you what they're interested in, what problems they're trying to solve. It means your prospects are educating themselves, often using your resources before you even connect. And there are different flavors of content too.
Flavors, okay.
Yeah, you have licensed or syndicated content. That's content created by someone else, maybe a news organization or a research firm, and your company pays a fee to redistribute it, always with attribution.
So you're leveraging someone else's expertise.
Right. Then there's curated content. This is where your company acts more like an editor, summarizing or linking to original content created by others, usually without a fee. You're basically being a helpful information hub for your audience.
Okay. And then the stuff you make yourselves.
And then the truly original stuff. Organic content created directly by the corporation, and even within organic, there's a split. You've got branded content, which is clearly marked as sponsored. Prospects know it's from the company, part of a pitch. And then there's unbranded content. This often looks more like editorial content, maybe a helpful article or study, without overt logos or branding. It's designed purely to inform and build trust.
Right. And what about the stuff where you have to give your email address? That seems huge for lead gen.
Ah, yes. Gated content, also known as a lead magnet. This is a big one. It requires prospects to provide their contact information, usually at least an email address, to access the content.
Like downloading an ebook or signing up for a webinar.
Exactly. And the Starfleet Media 2014 benchmark report found something pretty astonishing. 80% of B2B content marketing was gated back then.
80%? Wow.
It's a massive lead generation engine. And that gated content can be so many different things. Educational ebooks, utility guides like ROI calculators, community-focused things like challenges, or even entertaining stuff like quizzes.
And for a business developer, knowing which piece of gated content a specific prospect downloaded, that tells you exactly what problem they're wrestling with, doesn't it?
It's gold. It gives you the perfect, relevant opening for a conversation, no more cold outreach.
That's powerful intel. And didn't studies show B2B buyers consume a lot of content before buying?
They do. The average B2B buyer consumes something like 13 pieces of content before making a purchase decision.
13. That's a significant journey.
It really is. It's a journey filled with touch points that your marketing team is actively creating and nurturing. So for you, the BD, this means content is constantly nurturing leads and providing these valuable conversation starters.
So you can reference specific articles, webinars, case studies maybe, that your prospect might have consumed. Instantly builds common ground.
And demonstrates you understand their journey, their needs. It builds credibility fast.
Speaking of credibility and value, what about thought leadership marketing? That feels related.
Very related, but with a specific focus. Thought leadership content aims to inform and influence the broader community about industry trends, best practices, future directions, but it usually avoids direct product mentions.
So it's less about selling, more about shaping the conversation.
Precisely. It's often published by recognized experts or influencers within the company, people with strong opinions backed by credible facts. It positions the company and the individual as an authority, a trusted advisor.
And I bet it's often gated too for lead gen.
Very often, yes, especially high-value reports or analyses. For a business developer, leveraging your company's thought leadership pieces can be a massive credibility booster. It can literally open doors with senior prospects who value insights over a hard sell.
Right. You're leading with value, building trust before you even talk product.
Exactly. It shifts the dynamic entirely.
Okay. And then you have more specific formats, like blog marketing, just promoting through regular blog posts, right?
Yep. Keeping a steady stream of relevant content on the company blog.
And video marketing. Video seems absolutely huge now.
Oh, it is. Did you know 69% of consumers actually prefer videos to text-based content when learning about a product or service?
69%. That's a clear preference.
Huge. And this includes everything from short social media videos to in-depth webinars, even personalized video emails. It's just incredibly engaging and memorable.
Okay, so content is key for value. What about tactics focused more on building relationships and community? How do companies leverage, their fans and connections?
Great question. That brings us to things like ambassador marketing. This is all about leveraging your biggest fans, could be influencers, happy customers, key partners, even your own employees, to promote the brand.
Using your network's network.
Exactly. And that leads naturally into employee marketing, sometimes called internal marketing. This is twofold. First, increasing your own employees' enthusiasm and turning them into advocates. That's employee advocacy.
Makes sense. Your team should be your biggest cheerleaders.
Right. And second, using your positive internal culture to attract new talent. That's recruitment marketing. When your own team loves working there and talks about it, that speaks volumes.
Definitely. What about broader communities?
That's where community marketing comes in. You might hear it called platform marketing or affinity marketing. This involves promoting your brand within digitally networked communities.
Like on social media groups.
Could be social media or maybe proprietary platforms the corporation builds itself, like an online forum for users. The main goal here is fostering loyalty and a real sense of belonging. You're building a tribe around your brand, which is invaluable for both inbound and outbound efforts within that community.
Building a tribe. I like that. Okay, what else builds relationship?
Well, a big one, especially relevant for B2B developers, is partner marketing.
Working with other companies.
Right. This is typically a formal legal agreement between two corporations for mutual benefit. They often share resources, marketing costs, sometimes even revenue. Co-branding is common here.
So it's a strategic alliance.
Exactly. And it's distinct from agreements with individuals like affiliates. Affiliate marketing, for example, is where you pay non-employees affiliates a commission, maybe a percentage of sales they drive, or for specific actions they get people to take, like a cost per action or CPA model.
So affiliates are like external salespeople working on commission.
In a digital sense, often yes. It's very common online, rewarding others for bringing you qualified leads or customers.
Okay. Now, something that often gets confused with word of mouth is referral marketing. What's the difference?
Good distinction to make. Referral marketing specifically incentivizes your existing customers. You offer them discounts, credits, maybe cash, for referring new customers who actually buy something.
So it's a structured program to encourage referrals.
Exactly. It's a powerful way to leverage your happy customer base for measurable growth. But the big one, the arguably most powerful force, is pure word-of-mouth marketing, WOMM.
The Holy Grail, some might say.
Pretty much. WOMM is simply customers talking positively about your products or services to their friends, family, colleagues, organically.
Because they genuinely like it.
Right. And its power is just immense because it's built on existing trust. Think about it. Who do you trust more, an ad or your friend?
My friend, obviously.
Exactly. A Nielsen study back in 2012 found that an incredible 92% of consumers trust earned media, like recommendations from friends and family, above all other forms of advertising.
92%. That's nearly everyone.
It's huge. And a McKinsey study from 2010 showed WOM is the primary factor driving 20 to 50% of all purchasing decisions.
Wow, up to half of all purchases.
In some markets, yes. And that same study found WOM can increase revenue 6 times more than paid media in certain sectors.
6 times the impact of paid ads. That's incredible. But, for many businesses, WOM feels almost like magic, like something you can't really control.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a dark side to it? Or a point where companies maybe try too hard to manufacture it and it backfires, loses that authenticity?
That's a really critical point. WOMM can definitely be organic, which is the best kind. That's when customers are just genuinely thrilled with their experience and naturally share it. It's authentic, powerful, uncontrollable, really.
Right.
Or it can be amplified. This is where a corporation intentionally creates content or campaigns designed to accelerate that word-of-mouth spread, like running a contest for sharing reviews or making customer testimonials easily shareable.
Okay, so trying to give it a nudge.
Exactly. The risk, as you pointed out, is when those amplified efforts feel forced, inauthentic, or manipulative, that can seriously backfire and damage trust.
Right, lose the magic.
Totally. So for you, the business developer, understanding WOM is really about 2 things. First, doing your part to cultivate those organic advocates by delivering truly excellent service and building strong relationships.
Make them want to talk about you.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And second, knowing how to leverage the amplified efforts your marketing team is putting out there, maybe by highlighting those great testimonials or case studies in your own conversations. You use the proof they've gathered.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And that leads us perfectly into the next area, doesn't it? Targeting and personalization tactics. Because WOM highlights just how important a prospect's attention is.
Absolutely. And we need to talk about attention marketing.
Okay, attention marketing. What's the core idea?
This tactic basically treats prospect and customer attention as a very, very limited resource, which it is, right? Especially with today's constant information overload.
Scarce commodity.
Totally. Get this. Facebook found the average attention span for a video on its platform is just 2 seconds.
2 seconds. That's barely anything.
Blink and you miss it. And a Microsoft study found that the first 20 seconds are absolutely critical for retaining someone's attention long enough to actually convey a meaningful message online.
So you've got 2 seconds to hook them, 20 seconds to keep them.
Essentially, yeah. The process for attention marketing is kind of threefold. First, capture their attention in those initial couple of seconds with something really compelling, a great visual, a provocative question.
Okay, the hook.
Then, hold their attention for that crucial 20 seconds by delivering something immediately valuable or intriguing. Get to the point fast.
Keep them engaged.
And finally, sustain that attention throughout the rest of the customer journey by continuously delivering value that keeps them interested in coming back for more.
Right. It's not a one-off.
Definitely not. And for business developers, understanding the psychological aspect of capturing and maintaining a prospect's focus in every single interaction, that's gold.
From the email subject line.
To your opening line on a call, to the
Unreal.
points you make in a demo, you have to earn their attention constantly from the very first moment.
Okay, earn the attention. What's next in targeting?
Then there's behavioral marketing, or you might hear behavioral targeting. This is a digital tactic mostly. It involves promoting products to specific audiences by gathering data on their online behavior.
What kind of data?
Things like their web browsing history, what links they click, sometimes their physical location, past purchases. This data is used to group people with similar behaviors together.
And then show them relevant ads.
Exactly. Show them ads they're statistically more likely to respond to based on their observed behavior. It's closely related to contextual marketing.
How's that different?
Contextual marketing focuses on promoting personalized products or services within a relevant setting or context. So instead of just targeting based on past behavior, it places the ad where it makes immediate sense.
Like seeing a fishing rod ad on a fishing blog.
Perfect example. The context makes the ad feel more relevant and less intrusive. Digital methods for this include targeting based on website categories, specific keywords on a page, or even semantic analysis of the content's meaning.
Okay. What about actually talking to people? More direct targeting.
Right. That brings us to conversational marketing, sometimes called social messaging marketing. This is all about direct, one-to-one, real-time messaging between a brand and a prospect or customer.
Like chatbots on a website.
Chatbots are a huge part of it, yeah. Using AI, specifically something called natural language processing, or NLP, that's software that can understand and respond pretty naturally to human language to handle initial queries or route conversations.
But it's not just bots, right?
No, it often involves human agents too for more complex issues. And personalization is key. The goal is instant engagement and the impact. Facebook research found that over 66% of people are more likely to buy from businesses they can message directly.
Wow, 2/3. People want that direct connection.
They do. For business developers, understanding how these messaging platforms work means you can potentially accelerate communication, build rapport faster, and maybe turn a quick chat initiated by marketing into a properly qualified lead for you.
Interesting. What about keeping the brand visible over time?
That's where drip marketing comes in.
Yep.
You might also hear drip campaigns or lead nurturing.
Okay, the slow and steady approach.
Pretty much. It's a constant, pre-scheduled flow of marketing content, often emails, sent to prospects or customers over a period of time. The main goal is just keeping your brand top of mind.
Is that where the law of 29 comes from? The idea you need 29 touches?
Yeah, people mention the law of 29, but honestly, it's more of a rule of thumb, not really proven scientifically.
Okay.
But the principle holds. A Forrester study, for instance, showed that over 50% of B2B buyers consumed 8 pieces of content from a vendor before purchasing, and 82% consumed at least 5 pieces. So sustained engagement clearly matters.
8 pieces of content.
Sure.
5 pieces. Yeah, it takes multiple touches.
It does. And the most common form of drip marketing for many companies is still email marketing, just straightforward outbound digital marketing via email. Though, of course, it's very heavily regulated now to protect user privacy. You need permission.
Right, canned spam, GDPR, all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so drip, keep you top of mind. What about getting really specific with targeting?
That's personalized marketing, also called one-to-one marketing, or sometimes people-based marketing. This takes targeting right down to the individual level.
How does that work?
It involves delivering highly tailored, individualized content using specific data about that person, often personally identifiable information, or PII.
Okay, PII, like name, email, purchase history.
Exactly. Demographic info, purchase history, browsing behavior tied to an individual. And this data can come in different places. There's first-party data, which is information the customer voluntarily shares directly with your company.
Like filling out a form.
Right. Then second-party data, which is essentially first-party data from a trusted partner company that you might trade or buy.
Okay.
And third-party data, which is collected by large commercial data aggregators from many different sources and then sold or licensed.
Gotcha. But matching all that data up must be tricky.
It's the core challenge. It's called identity resolution, trying to match all these different pieces of PII across various devices and touchpoints, laptops, phones, store visits, to build a single, unified view of the customer, sometimes called an identity graph.
A map of the customer.
Sort of. And with increasing privacy regulations worldwide, protecting this sensitive data is absolutely paramount. Companies often use methods like hashing the PII, basically scrambling it algorithmically, so it's anonymized for privacy, but still usable for matching individuals across datasets.
Okay, that's complex but powerful. What about timing?
Real-time marketing. This is all about delivering the right content to the right prospect at the right place, and crucially at the right time to maximize its value and relevance along their customer journey. It's about immediate responsiveness based on current actions or context.
Like triggering an offer when someone enters a certain area.
Could be. Or showing a specific message right after they visit a certain web page. And if a prospect shows clear intent, maybe they put something in their cart but don't buy, that's where remarketing kicks in.
Following them around the internet with ads.
That's the most common form, yeah. Retargeting using browser cookies or tracking pixels to show them ads for the product they looked at. But remarketing can also happen through follow phone calls, emails, targeted social media ads, even offline follow-ups. It's all about bringing them back to complete that purchase or desired action.
And for a business developer, if you know a prospect has been remarketed to,
they're probably very interested, right? They've shown strong intent. That makes them a potentially high-value, warm lead for you to follow up with personally.
okay, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Now, let's shift gears a bit. What about tactics focused more on engagement and experience? Creating those memorable interactions.
Yeah, these are often really creative. Experiential marketing is a big one here. It's all about evoking emotional responses through direct interaction and creating immersive experiences for people.
Like what? Test drives.
Test drives are a classic example. But also things like brand-sponsored parties, pop-up shops with unique activities, interactive installations. It's about creating a tangible, memorable moment connected to the brand.
Does it work?
Seems to. A 2015 study found that 65% of marketers saw increased sales directly resulting from their experiential marketing campaigns. It creates a connection that passive ads often can't.
65% saw increased sales. That's significant. People remember experiences.
They really do. And making it fun is often key. That's where gamification marketing comes in.
Using games.
Exactly, using game mechanics, contests, competitions, think online quizzes, trivia challenges, photo contests with prizes to build brand awareness and drive engagement in a fun way.
Okay. What about physical stuff?
Gift marketing. This
Yeah.
is sending actual physical, usually branded gifts, swag, sometimes called lumpy mail, because it makes the envelope bulge, often with a personalized note. It creates a tangible touch point, a memorable connection, can be very effective in cutting through digital noise.
Right. Getting something real in the mail stands out.
It really can. And for something completely different, there's guerrilla marketing. This term was coined by J. Conrad Levinson back in 1984.
Guerrilla. Sounds disruptive.
It often is. It involves using low-cost, unconventional, often surprise and shock tactics to grab attention and generate buzz. Think flash mobs, clever street art, unexpected public stunts, high impact, low budget sometimes.
Okay, the really out there stuff. What about online interaction?
That's interactive marketing. This focuses on creating engaging digital media that requires user participation. Things like online quizzes, polls, surveys, interactive infographics or videos, even newer stuff like Google's AMP email technology, which launched around 2018-2019, allows for interactive elements directly within an email.
So you can like RSVP or browse products without leaving your inbox.
Exactly. It reduces friction, increases engagement. And then there's a really fascinating sensory one, scent marketing or aroma marketing.
Using smells.
Absolutely. Using unique, pleasant scents diffused in retail spaces or even infused into packaging to boost emotional response and create stronger memories associated with the brand. Studies have shown it can dramatically increase retail sales in certain environments.
Wow. I guess scent is strongly tied to memory.
Very strongly. Well, you're probably not going to be deploying a custom scent in your sales calls.
Probably not.
Understanding just how deeply these sensory experiences can impact perception and emotion is still valuable context.
Good point. Okay, one more in this engagement category.
Let's talk user-generated marketing, UGC. This is huge.
Content created by customers.
Exactly. Encouraging your community, your customers, your fans to create content, blog posts, photos, videos, reviews about your product or service.
Why is that so powerful?
Authenticity and trust. Here's a killer stat. Prospects are 2.4 times more likely to consider UGC authentic compared to content created directly by the corporation.
2.4 times.
Yeah.
Because it's real people.
It feels real,
Mhm.
unbiased. It's often created at key emotional points in the purchase journey, like someone excited about their new purchase sharing a photo. And this definitely includes review marketing, actively encouraging and showcasing customer reviews.
So for business developers, UGC is like this organic wellspring of credibility.
Totally. You can point to genuine customer stories, photos, testimonials that your marketing team might have amplified or curated. It's powerful, believable proof.
Okay, fantastic. Let's move into channel and execution specific tactics, where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. What about getting found online?
Right, that's search engine marketing, SEM territory.
Yeah.
This is all about making sure your company's content is visible on search engine results, pages the SRP, when a prospect actively searches for a solution you might offer.
Google, Bing, etc.
Exactly. And there are two main flavors of SES.
Okay.
First, there's search engine optimization, SEO. This is the unpaid or organic side. It's all about optimizing your website and content so it ranks high naturally in the search results.
How do you do that?
Well, search engines like Google prioritize content that demonstrates expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, often called EAT.
EAT. Yeah.
So SEO involves things like optimizing the text and structure of your web pages, that's on-page SEO, and building high-quality links pointing to your site from other reputable websites, which is off-page SEO. There are also technical aspects of your website's health and specific strategies for local SEO, making sure you appear when someone nearby is searching.
Got it. And you mentioned something about zero-click searches.
Yes, zero-click search. This is increasingly important. Search engines are trying to answer queries directly on the results page itself, often using featured snippets or info boxes pulled from websites.
So people don't even need to click through.
Often, no. Or they might get the answer from a voice assistant like Alexa or Siri. And SEMrush study from 2019 found that 80% of the audio content delivered by voice assistants came directly from the top 3 organic search results on the SRP.
80%. So ranking high is crucial for voice search too.
Absolutely. It means even if they don't click, being in those top spots provides visibility and answers.
Okay, so that's the unpaid side, SEO. What's the other part of SEM?
The other side is pay-per-click, PPC advertising. This is the paid side.
The ads at the top of Google.
Exactly. Your website link is positioned prominently, often above the organic results, clearly marked as an ad. And you, the advertiser, pay the search engine every time someone clicks on your ad.
Pay per click. Makes sense.
So for business developers, understanding SEM, both SEO and PPC, is crucial because it tells you how prospects are actively finding solutions online. It shows you how marketing is enabling that vital first contact.
And if a lead comes in via search,
they're likely already in a discovery or research mindset. They have a need they're trying to solve right now. That's a valuable lead.
definitely. Okay, what other channels? Social media.
Social media marketing. SMM, absolutely. Using all those digital channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, to build online communities, run targeted ad campaigns, share content, and engage with broad or very specific niche audiences.
And working with people who already have big followings there.
Right, that's influencer marketing. Paying individuals who have a significant, engaged following on social media to promote your products or services.
But aren't there virtual influencers now too? Like AI characters?
Yes. And they're surprisingly effective. Hype Auditor did some research showing that virtual influencers actually have almost 3 times the engagement rate of real human influencers on average.
3 times the engagement. Wow. Why?
Potentially because they're novel, always available, perfectly on message, and maybe less prone to real-world scandals. Plus, the research suggested real influencers needed to post about 4 times more often on Instagram just to gain the same number of followers as a virtual one.
That's a huge efficiency difference. A bit strange, but efficient.
It's definitely a trend to watch. Also related to platform content is native marketing or native advertising.
How's that different from regular ads?
Native ads are paid placements, but they're designed to look and feel like the natural, unsponsored content of the platform they're on. Think of a sponsored post on a news site that looks like another article, or a boosted post on social media that blends into the feed. Less disruptive, potentially more engaging if done well.
Okay, blending in. What about older channels, like the phone?
Still relevant. Telemarketing, sometimes called telesales or inside sales, is promotion via telephone. It includes both outbound cold calls, where you initiate contact unexpectedly.
The ones people love.
Ah, indeed. And also inbound warm calls, where prospects call you, maybe in response to an ad or mailing. It's certainly evolved since its heyday in the 70s with things like automated robocalling, but human-to-human calls are still a key B2B tactic.
And texting.
Text message marketing, or SMS marketing. Using mobile text messages for promotions, alerts, appointment reminders requires explicit opt-in but can have very high open rates.
Okay. And voice is coming back in a new way, right?
Absolutely. Voice marketing. This leverages voice-enabled devices, smartphones with assistants like Siri or Google Assistant, smart speakers like Alexa, even smart TVs.
Yeah.
It uses that natural language processing and AI we mentioned to understand commands and deliver audio content or facilitate voice-based transactions.
And optimizing for that is voice search optimization, VSO.
Exactly. VSO aims to get your audio content ranked highly for voice queries. And remember that SIMRA stat, 80% of audio content came from the top 3 SRP results, so VSO is becoming highly competitive.
Makes sense. What about advertising out in the physical world?
That's out of home
Yeah.
marketing, also known as outdoor advertising. Think print or digital billboards, posters in bus shelters, ads on taxis, audio or video ads in public places like airports or shopping malls.
The classic stuff.
Classic, but evolving. It now includes digital DOH, which are dynamic digital screens, and also place-based media, which targets specific locations like gyms or doctors' offices.
Okay. And ads on streaming services.
That's over-the-top OTT marketing. This delivers video or audio ads directly through digital streaming services like Netflix with ads, Hulu, Spotify, etc., bypassing traditional broadcast TV and radio.
And presumably highly targetable.
Very much so. Based on viewing habits, demographics, location, allows for much more personalization than old school TV ads.
Got it. What about in-store stuff?
Merchandising. This is all about how products are positioned and presented in a retail environment, whether it's a physical store or an online one. Think eye-catching displays, shelf placement, discount coupons offered at the point of sale, free samples, making the product appealing right where the purchase decision happens.
Okay. And I've heard about neuromarketing. That sounds futuristic.
It kind of is. Neuromarketing uses tools and techniques from neuroscience like eye tracking glasses, EEG brain scans, facial expression analysis to measure subconscious physiological and neurological responses to marketing content.
To see what really grabs attention.
Exactly. To assess and predict how effective different ads, package designs, or messages might be by understanding how our brains actually react, often below the level of conscious awareness.
Fascinating. 2 more in this section.
Right. Performance marketing. This is a broad category of internet advertising where the advertiser only pays when a specific measurable action occurs.
Like the pay-per-click we talked about.
PTC is a prime example.
Yeah.
But it could also be paying per lead generated, like when someone fills out a form for gated content. Paying per sale, paying per install of an app. The payment is tied directly to a desired result.
Measurable ROI.
Exactly. And it often relies heavily on programmatic advertising, which uses automated algorithm-driven systems to buy and sell ad inventory and real-time options, optimizing for performance goals.
Okay. And the last one here.
Yeah.
Something about AI creating content.
Yes, synthetic marketing. This is where artificial intelligence is used to automatically create marketing content, things like images, videos, advertising copy, even background music.
AI is the creative.
In some cases, yes. There's a spectrum of human involvement, from human in the loop, where AI assists a human creator, to human on the loop, where the AI largely runs autonomously, and humans just supervise or intervene if needed. It's rapidly evolving.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of specific tactics. We also need to cover some special purpose tactics, right? Things for specific situations.
Exactly. Let's touch on a few key ones. Cause marketing is promoting positive brand awareness by aligning with and supporting social or community causes.
Like environmental sustainability.
That's a big one. You might hear sustainable marketing or green marketing, but also supporting charities, ethical sourcing, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, or broader ESG, environmental, social governance goals. It's about showing the brand cares about more than just profit.
Building goodwill.
Right. Then on the flip side, you have crisis marketing or crisis communications. This is crucial for protecting the brand during an acute risk situation.
Like a product recall or a scandal.
Exactly. Financial losses, major product failures, data breaches, negative press. Crisis marketing aims to manage communication strategically to reduce negative perceptions, reassure stakeholders, and hopefully restore trust.
Damage control. Okay.
Mhm.
What about physical mail? Is that still a thing?
It definitely is direct mail marketing, sending physical correspondence through the postal service. This could be personalized gifts or swag, like we mentioned, brochures, postcards, sales letters.
Does it still work in a digital world?
It can cut through the clutter precisely because it's physical, and it can be highly personalized using something called variable printing data, VPD, which changes text or images based on recipient data. Think personalized offers or greetings.
Interesting. And getting people to act now.
That's direct response marketing.
Mhm.
This type of marketing is specifically designed to elicit an immediate response and move prospects directly to the activation or conversion phase of the customer journey.
Like infomercials. Call now.
Infomercials are a classic example, but also email ads with a big Shop Now button, landing pages with a clear sign-up form. It's the opposite of general advertising, which just aims for broad awareness. Direct response always has a very clear call to action, CTA.
Got it. Drive immediate action. What about playing on feelings?
Emotional marketing, sometimes called persuasion advertising. This explicitly tries to tap into consumer emotions and known emotional cognitive biases, ECBs, to compel purchases or actions.
Using happiness, fear, belonging.
Exactly. Connecting the product or brand to those deep-seated human emotions and psychological drivers to create a stronger, more persuasive connection than just listing features.
Okay. And marketing that directly helps the sales team.
That's field marketing. This involves face-to-face brand development activities out in the field, often directly supporting business developers.
Like helping at trade shows.
Exactly. Assisting with customer meetings, running product demos at client sites, organizing local roadshows or seminars, managing trade show booths. It's marketing providing direct, hands-on support to the BD team's efforts.
Very practical. What about using the power of the crowd?
Social proof marketing. This is a really powerful one for BDs. It leverages the psychological principle, often called herd mentality, that people are more likely to do something if they see that others, especially people like them, are already doing it and benefiting from it.
Like Cialdini's influence.
Precisely. Dr. Robert Cialdini articulated this brilliantly. We look to others for cues on how to behave, especially in uncertain situations. And a Nielsen study from 2016 confirmed that social proof is even more powerful when it comes from someone the prospect knows and trusts.
So how do marketers provide social proof?
Many ways. Showcasing customer testimonials and reviews, highlighting large user numbers, join millions of satisfied customers, publishing detailed case studies, displaying industry awards or certifications, generating positive PR coverage. It all says, look, other people trust us, so you can too.
Makes sense. Use the crowd's wisdom. Okay, just a couple more special tactics.
Right. Stealth marketing, sometimes called undercover marketing. This is promoting a product or service without the consumer necessarily realizing they're being marketed to.
Sounds sneaky. Like product placement in movies.
Product placement is a common example, or maybe undisclosed sponsored content where an influencer talks about a product naturally without clearly stating it's an ad, though regulations are much stricter on disclosure now. It's about subtle integration, avoiding the feeling of being overtly sold to.
Okay.
And finally,
Technical marketing. This focuses specifically on promoting the key technical specifications, features, functions, and benefits of a product or service. It's often geared towards a more technical audience, engineers, scientists, IT professionals who value data, details, and performance metrics over emotional appeals or general branding. Gotcha. Speaking the engineer's language.
exactly.
Phew. Okay. That was a lot of tactics. We've covered a huge amount of ground. So let's bring it all together. What does this massive list actually mean for you, the business developer listening right now?
It means that really understanding this vast array of marketing tactics genuinely empowers you in so many ways. It's not just academic knowledge.
How so? Give me the practical benefits.
Well, first, you can better align with your marketing team's efforts. You'll understand their goals, their strategies, the why behind their campaigns. You can speak their language, understand their metrics.
No more silos, right? Working together.
Exactly. No more feeling like sales and marketing are on different planets. Second, you'll be far better equipped to identify truly qualified leads.
Oh,
By understanding where those leads came from. Did they download a specific white paper? Respond to a targeted ad? Engage with a thought leadership piece? Knowing their marketing journey gives you context about their needs and intent before you even talk to them.
so you know they're interested in already.
Right. And third, you can strategically leverage all those marketing assets, the content, the testimonials, the case studies. The event invites in your own direct sales efforts.
Use their tools to make your job easier.
Precisely. You can make your conversations more impactful, more relevant, more persuasive by weaving in the proof points and value propositions that marketing has already created and validated.
So, in short, knowing these tactics isn't just about being, well-informed or sounding smart in meetings.
Not at all.
It's actually about being more effective, more strategic, and definitely more collaborative within your whole organization. It's about truly maximizing the effectiveness of the entire business development team.
Couldn't agree more. So as we start to wrap up this pretty extensive deep dive, let's try and distill it down. What are the top 3 key takeaways you should really walk away with?
Okay, hit me. Takeaway number 1.
First, marketing's evolution to personalization is your superpower. We talked about how marketing has shifted massively from just blasting mass media messages to using data for highly individualized content.
Right, that mass personalization idea.
Exactly. Modern marketing is increasingly about delivering the right message to the right person at the right time. As a business developer, you need to recognize how your marketing team is achieving this and then consciously leverage that personalized approach in your own interactions to build rapport and truly connect. Don't treat every prospect the same if marketing isn't.
Use the intel marketing provides. Okay, good one. Takeaway number 2.
Our second takeaway has to be the unshakable power of trust and community. We saw this with tactics like word-of-mouth marketing and social proof.
Yeah, those stats were powerful.
Weren't they? Remember that Nielsen study from 2012? 92% of consumers trust recommendations from people they know above all other advertising. 92%.
Mind-blowing.
And McKinsey's 2010 study showing WUM influences 20 to 50% of purchasing decisions. Trust from peers, engagement within communities. These drive huge decisions. So your role as a BD isn't just selling, it's fostering and leveraging that trust by consistently providing exceptional value and building genuine relationships.
You trustworthy leverage trust. Got it. And the third takeaway.
And finally, number 3, strategic resource allocation through smarter insights. Understanding the relative efficiency and impact of different tactics allows you, the BD, to have more informed conversations internally about where resources are best spent.
So you can advocate for what helps you most.
Exactly. Think about content marketing, again, costs 62% less than traditional marketing on average, yet generates 3 times as many prospects. Or those hype auditor findings on the crazy engagement rates of virtual influencers.
Right.
Knowing these kinds of numbers means you can have more strategic conversations with your marketing counterparts, pushing for investments and strategies that are proven to effectively feed your sales funnel with qualified leads. It's about working smarter together.
Makes sense. Use the data to guide the strategy. Okay, those are 3 solid takeaways.
Definitely things to keep in mind.
So here's maybe a final thought to leave you with. In this era where, as we said, information overload is just the default setting and consumer attention spans are shrinking, remember Facebook's finding at a 2-second average for video attention?
Just 2 seconds.
The real challenge, maybe, for business developers isn't just knowing what all these tactics are. We've covered a ton of them today. But perhaps the deeper challenge is knowing how to integrate them intelligently. How do you weave them into a seamless, genuinely value-driven experience that actually captures and crucially holds a prospect's attention throughout their entire customer journey? It's about turning all this knowledge into tangible advantage in every interaction.
That's a million-dollar question, isn't it? How to apply it effectively. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into decoding modern marketing tactics specifically for business development professionals.
Yeah, we really covered a lot.
We certainly did. We sincerely hope you're now feeling better armed with the knowledge and insights to apply this in your day-to-day work and really elevate your impact.
We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.